each MP decides what they want to speak about, and they're usually just they're notable items going on in Canada.
First of all, virtually, the Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of National Revenue.
Mr. Speaker, the holiday season is upon us, and even if our gatherings will be small, being held virtually to reduce the spread of COVID-19, I would like to wish Vaughan Woodbridge residents and all Canadians a safe and peaceful Christmas spent with loved ones.
This holiday season is also an opportunity to give, and we know how the past few months, how difficult they've been for many of us. Across the country, our local food banks are seeing that needs are on the rise. These centres help families, single mothers, seniors, and perhaps your colleagues and friends. Food insecurity is on the rise across Canada.
I invite my colleagues to support their local food banks, and I encourage our Vaughan community to donate, if possible, to our local Vaughan food bank. Each and every support item or dollar that Peter and the team receive assists those that need it most. Together, we can make a difference, as hunger takes no holiday. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Niagara Falls.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Stephanie Thompson, who was recently named by the Women's Executive Network as one of the top 100 award winners as part of their Most Powerful Women in Canada program. Stephanie is an engineer at our local General Motors plant. As part of this award program, Stephanie was recognized within the CP Skilled Trades category, which highlights outstanding women who contributed immense value and demonstrate excellence in skilled trades, product or service innovation, and community involvement. According to our local paper, the Niagara Falls Review, Stephanie is receiving this award for her significant contributions to inspire and empower girls and women by breaking down barriers in the science and technology sectors and by creating learning opportunities specifically geared towards women. Congratulations, Stephanie, on your incredible achievement. P.S. You're really going to love living in Niagara Falls. I hope your upcoming move to our city goes well.
Hear, hear. Honourable Member for Willowdale.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As we approach the end of the year, I think it's incredibly important to emphasize that Canadians have displayed resilience day in and day out, providing us with profound glimmers of hope for the new year. Albeit exhausted, our healthcare professionals and frontline workers have proven to be heroes. Small business owners have spared no effort to pivot and meet their challenges head-on. Drawing inspiration from Canadians, Mr. Speaker, our government has risen to the occasion, whether through rapid financial support, assisting businesses small and large, ensuring safety through public health measures, or focusing on vaccine procurement. Even when the going got tough, our government strengthened its commitment to Canadians. That is why I have full faith that we will build back better. Make no mistake, Mr. Speaker, we're still on the road to recovery, but it's critical that we get this right. In that spirit, I would ask all members to refrain from partisan games around vaccines. We should all listen to the experts, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
The Honourable Member for Winnipeg Centre.
Mr. Speaker, today I congratulate the work of all Indigenous and grassroots leaders across these lands, faith groups, human rights advocates, and thousands of people who fought for the adoption and implementation of the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. Bill C-15 is the result of decades of work by people who I walked side by side with, wrote, gathered, rallied, published, fighting for human rights, including Anna Collins, Grand Chief Wilton Littlechild, Dr. Ted Moses, Steve Heinrichs, Jennifer Preston, Jennifer Henry, Kathy Moore, Thiessen, Charlie Wright, Mary Ellen Truppel Lafond, Tina Keeper, Denise Savoy, Paul Joff, Ellen Gabriel, the Member of Parliament for Scarborough Rouge Park, and my partner Romeo Saganash, who introduced Bill C-262, and so many others. Mr. Speaker, I look forward to this piece of legislation being passed to ensure that all Indigenous people in Canada have their fundamental human rights upheld. It is always a good day for human rights.
And again by video conference, we'll go to the Honourable Member for Miramichi Grand Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, today I would like to highlight the dedication and hard work of 3 nurses from my riding of Miramichi-Grand Lake. RNs Jacqueline Hare and Carolyn Sutherland and LPN Jessica Marshall were all recognized by Horizon Health Network as recipient of the 2020 Award Distinction in Nursing. Awarded posthumously, Ms. Hare was recipient in the leadership category and was praised for her passion and dedication in client care, where she helped so many in her 30-plus year career. Ms. Sutherland, an ER nurse, was honored for her mentorship and ability to lead and guide staff in the chaotic environment of the emergency department. Finally, as a nursing novice, Ms. Marshall's empathy and patience and dedication to her patient were honored. Now more than ever, we need to acknowledge and thank the hardworking healthcare professionals in our communities. And I am very proud to have such wonderful nurses selflessly serving the Miramichi area. Congratulations to all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Leeds, Grenville, Thousand Islands and Rideau Lakes.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'm rising today to bring a display of bravery of a very high order to the attention of this House. On the evening of August 7th of this year at the Newborough Lock Station in the township of Rideau Lakes, Lockmaster Dylan Carbonneau was taking a phone call when he noticed heat, fast-moving black smoke, and calls of fire from a moored boat that had burst into flames. Dylan immediately sprung into action, grabbed a fire extinguisher, and called for the help of summer students Marina Clark and Alex Dow. At great risk to their own lives and wearing only shorts and short-sleeved shirts, the trio of Parks Canada employees fought the growing inferno and saved the lives of the 2 souls on board and their dog. This selfless act of bravery that these 3 young people undertook to save the lives of strangers without a moment of hesitation is as Canadian as it gets. That's why I have nominated these 3 heroes for the Governor General's Medal of Bravery. Dylan, Marina, and Alex, thank you for your bravery. Our community is a better one because of it.
And by video conference, the honourable member for Sudbury.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to begin by acknowledging that I'm on Robinson Huron Treaty Territory in the traditional lands of the Atikamekw Anishinaabe. Access to clean and safe drinking water is a basic human right. Since 2015, this government has worked in partnership with First Nations communities to end over 97 long-term drinking water advisories across Canada. We know there are many more to go. Sadly, the fact that this government will not be able to meet its March 2021 deadline to end all boil water advisories speaks more to the immense scale of the task than it does to this government's commitment to it. On Wednesday, this government announced more than $1.5 billion in additional investments to accelerate our commitment to ensuring clean drinking water in First Nations reserves. Mr. Speaker, in my riding, I want to thank Jordan Sheff and his group, Cold Water for Clean Water, which plunges every day into the frigid waters in Nipawin Lake in solidarity with this cause. Their efforts are not going unnoticed. We know a lot of work remains, and the progress we have made shows our commitment to meet this important challenge. From day one, our work has been in partnership with First Nations communities, and it will remain so to ensure clean water for all. Merci, Chimigwech.
The honourable member for Winnipeg North.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to take a moment to mention the UN's World Food Programme, which received the Nobel Peace Prize. And I quote the Nobel's website, Mr. Speaker, for its efforts to combat hunger, for its contribution to bettering conditions for peace in conflict-affected areas, and for acting as a driving force in its efforts to prevent the use of hunger as a weapon of war and conflict. Mr. Speaker, Canada was integral to creating this program, and I want to highlight the work of one of its founders who grew up in Winnipeg North, Frank Sheffrin. Frank Sheffrin grew up on Selkirk Avenue, graduated from St. John's High School, and spent almost 40 years as a federal public servant. He dedicated 16 years to build the World Food Program, serving as its chair. Mr. Speaker, this program has been called the greatest success story in the UN system. Today, we are continuing this proud tradition of supporting those who need it. From leading international aid to delivering unprecedented $100 million investment to fight hunger at home during the pandemic, the Canadian government and people like Frank Sheffrin have always stood up to say no to hunger. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Hear, hear.
All right, now the committee, we have the Ethics Committee, and this is who's coming on. It's not about the we. Now, this is about another potential ethics violation, and that's who's there. Leave your comments below. Like, subscribe. Stay tuned for the Ethics Committee. Have a good day.